Welcome back. So today is Our God is Bigger. One of my favorite verses in the Bible has always been Joshua 1:9. It's one that I learned when I was younger, and it has just stuck with me. And in Joshua is beginning to take over leading God's children, and so he's got a big job ahead of him. This is a lot of people that he's going to be responsible for. And so it's a lot. For one guy. And now he's going to be in charge of leading God's children. So starting in Joshua 1, we're going to back up to verse 7. And it says, "Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all of the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but that thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest." God is instructing Joshua, and he's telling him to be strong and to have courage. And don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed. And, I get stuck on that word dismayed because, what does that even mean? So there are several definitions for the word dismayed. And so I wanted to see what those were because, he's telling him don't be dismayed. And it means showing cause for alarm. He had a lot of reason to cause for alarm. He's taking on a big job. It also meant upset, worried, agitated. I get real agitated. Discouraged, disheartened, disappointed, unhappy. In the Hebrew dictionary, it means prostrate or to break down. They would fall flat on their faces in a heap of discouragement. So God is telling him, don't be dismayed. Don't be worried. Don't be upset. Don't get discouraged. Don't get agitated. Don't get disappointed. All of these things that word means. And God's telling him, don't let those things get to you. Don't. He just wants him to be strong and to have courage. And so God tells Joshua several times to be strong and to have courage, in this passage. Don't be afraid because I'm with you wherever you go. God tells us the same things. He doesn't want us to be dismayed. He doesn't want us to be discouraged, worry. He doesn't want us upset. He doesn't want us to be disappointed. We're his children, and he doesn't want those things for us. When you think about your own children, and if they're sad, if they're upset, if they're struggling, it hurts you. It just hurts you to your core, because as a parent, and especially as a mom, you want to fix it. And you can't always fix it. You just have to spend that time in prayer, helping them work through what they're going through. And, God doesn't want us to feel that way. He doesn't want us to have those discouragements or those disappointments. He wants us to be strong in him. He wants us to have courage, and he gives us that. He wants us just to trust in him that he's got this. Our God is bigger than all of our troubles. Our God is bigger than all of our problems. Our God is bigger than all of our disappointments. Our God is bigger than all of our discouragements. Our God is bigger than all of our fears. He is bigger. We get so overwhelmed and so hurt and upset that we see more of the struggle, more of the problem, instead of saying, you know what, my God is bigger than this. He's got this. He's got me. I'm not in this alone. And 1 John 4:4 says, "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world." Greater is He that is in you. God is bigger. We need to just release all those things to Him. When we feel discouraged, when we feel defeated, when we don't have that courage, we don't feel like we have that strength that we need to make it another day, He's got this. Now, what would it look like if we go into our day knowing that God is greater than in me than he that is in the world? What would it look like not to let those disappointments, those fears, those anxieties take control over us? What if we just release it all to God? Let Him take control over us. What if we really hear God saying to us, don't be afraid. Don't be dismayed. Don't be disappointed. Don't be discouraged. Don't give up, because I've got this. What if we fully trust Him today and we listen to Him, and when He says to be strong, when He says to have courage to face whatever it is that we have to face for that day. So we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be discouraged. We don't have to be disappointed. We face so much of that in our daily lives, and we just get overwhelmed. And He has told us, I will never leave you. You are not in this alone. He is with us wherever we go, whatever situations we find ourselves in, whatever we face. He is for us. He's not against us. He is for us. So whatever you face today, whatever comes up down the pathway, work, kids, whatever it may be that's causing you that stress, causing you to just not feel like you have anything left, or to cause you to feel like you don't have that hope, know that our God is bigger. Maybe if we start concentrating on knowing that our God is bigger than this situation that I'm facing, this disappointment, this hurt, whatever it may be. If we just know that God is bigger, and we just have to have strength and courage to give it to Him so that we don't have to face it alone. Our God is bigger. So hope that you know that going into today and the rest of your week. And until next time, I'll see you later. Thanks, guys.